Thank you. Lovely to be here. It has been amazing 2 days. I actually agreed to come here before I joined Taike, Art Promotion Center of Finland. And I didn't give any introduction. I joined in August. So I didn't introduce Taike, but now I see that there's a lot of people who might not know what it is. So it's I give you a couple of facts. So Arts Promotion Center Finland, still called that, will be called something else in the beginning of next year when we merge with National Audiovisual Archive. But our mission is to promote the arts on both national and international levels. And we award grants to professional artists and subsidize communities in the art sector, amounting to approximately 45 million a year. And we are an expert and service agency under Ministry of Education and Culture. So that's it. But we provide expertise in public art, cultural well-being, municipal cultural activities, cultural diversity, and now also creative economy. But today I want to talk to you about art and tech. So let's go. I sort of liked my original title, Play to Innovate, Building the Future with Art and Technology, but I also wanted to sort of make it more abstract. Like what I want to talk about is courage, creativity, and stardust, because we need courage to try new combinations and new models and to believe in the future, even though the government funding is decreasing and we do get a lot of sad news every day, and AI is destroying the future and us, and they are taking over, and something is always coming to get us. But I think we need to believe in the future and believe in us as well. So let's be courageous and try new things. The second thing, the creativity. I think we underestimate creativity as a serious force for innovation. We need the creatives. We cannot innovate only with the technological side. I think in Finland, we have traditionally thought that if we can only build 6G or 10G platform or whatever and sell those, and then somebody else will take care of the content. We need to focus also our thoughts on what is going in on those networks. Otherwise, we will lose the game. And then a bit of stardust. We need in this time that is kind of bleak and there's a lot of things that we could be sad about. We need to keep our sense of wonder, play, and creativity, and sort of like play together and try to innovate together. Otherwise, what's the point? I mean, we can all give up because So we only get bad news every day. So I'm a bit tired of that. I would love for us to see the opportunities as well. So I already went through some of these. What I'm here to talk about today is courage and play, and then the creative economy as a growth engine, that we need to invest in the creative economy and see it as a potential for the future. There's a lot of good things actually in creative economy, because we also, when you build IPs and build services and products that are not necessarily based on material things, we are also saving a planet in a way, because if the people invest their monies in these kind of like digital experiences, it is much more sustainable as well. I want to see the tech and creatives as a power couple. I think we both have a lot of things we can give each other, and let's keep that in mind. I think we have seen a lot of like really beautiful things that are like artist-driven technology projects, and then we have seen a lot of projects that come from the technology side. But I think we need more teams to create something together on art and tech from the very beginning. So, like I said, we have like shrinking public funding. I think that's true in all over Europe, but it doesn't need to mean shrinking vision. Like it doesn't need to mean that we cannot do things anymore because we don't get the public funding for all of our projects. So I would love for us to have an attitude more like not take away from the traditional grant system. I think it's a really important system. Still, of course, I come from the grant fund, but there needs to also be emphasis on not like please fund us, and it needs to be more like come build with us, invest in us, believe in us. And I think it's important to go from the art projects. Some of the art projects need to think the products and IP from the very beginning and build the business thinking inside the projects from day one, so they can be more self-sustaining in the long run. I also wanted to say something about the blended finance models, which I'm really enthusiastic about at the moment, because I went to the House of Impact, which is kind of like family funds event in Helsinki this week, and they also thought were thinking about this a lot, that the different kind of funding needs to find each other. So we have funding that aims to make projects more sustainable. Then we have traditional startup funding that aims for the exit and aims for the maximum profit. And then we have like, whatever kind of funding we need, I think in the future we need to combine these funding sources. So it seems that it becomes more of a puzzle to gather all those different fundings into the one project or one fund to fund amazing things in the future. So why creative economy matters? It's only at the moment 3 or maybe 4% of our GDP. So, but it is growing. Like it's maybe like 7 or 8% in UK. So we have a lot more growing to do in Finland. I think in the last years we have spoken a lot about IP, like intellectual property creates value, jobs and exports, and IP you can license and scale. We talk about this, but then what is behind the IP is usually the artistic or creative ideas. And you can make an argument that artistic processes are like the arts field, research and development, but that's not how we see it today. So creative economy creates once-in-a-lifetime experiences that people travel and pay for, and stories that sell everything else. In Finland, we are not traditionally very good at branding and marketing. We are not good at coming up with those stories. We think that when the thing is good, it must sell itself. So I think the creatives have a lot to give for the whole economy. Then about Europe, I think a friend of mine went to GITEX to Abu Dhabi a couple of weeks ago, and everybody was saying that Europe only wants to regulate. So I think we should change that script. I mean, of course, we need fair rules so IP owners are paid properly and can live off their work. But I think these are not things that are sort of like that you can only have one thing or another. We can set both standards and stories in motion, and we can go from risk avoidance to bold experimentation. And I think we need to if we want to be part of the future. And I believe that creatives can turn the tech-driven innovation into human-centered innovation. I think we have seen examples of that in this event a lot. So I think this is also about that. So I think we need to go from tech first to human first. And I would love for us to co-create, like artists and creatives need to co-create with other sectors from day one, because I think we have a lot of social problems and a lot of things that are going wrong, and only one industry people are looking at them. Like, for example, for the health sector, they are only there. So now that we have like cultural well-being things, a little bit of those things can also help quite a lot. And I think there's much more, we can do much more if we work together. And in Finland, we are like really apart from each other. And I think creatives and artists could help other industries design the experiences and things that people actually love. Because creatives build feelings. I think that's one of the main things. And let's look at the AI, because everybody is talking about that. Even OpenAI, what they did with their money that they gathered, they bought Johnny Ive for $6.4 billion, his company, because they want a top designer to imagine new AI products with them. So I think in the creative sector, we sometimes think that we are a bit of an add-on, like the last thing that comes with the marketing maybe. But I don't think that's true. I think that's when something is truly beautiful and truly like our iPhones or whatever, then the design needs to go in from the very beginning. So top tech needs world-class creativity. And if OpenAI needs creatives, I think all tech teams could benefit from having those. I would love to see artists and creatives as equal partners in innovation in other fields as well. I would love for tech teams to include artists and creatives in their research and development teams from day one. And let creativity question, humanize, and provoke the projects. I think we could gain a lot from that. Let's return to the courage and play. And so what could it look like? I think it is saying yes to these art-tech crossovers to build solutions together for other industries as well. So we need to build teams where artistic, technical, and business expertise is equal. So we have all the sides from the day one. Then we need to use the play to test ideas, to prototype, to workshop, to do labs, and share our vision early, not perfectly. Because we in the artist and creative field sometimes think that we need to come up with the masterpiece all on our own head, and then we share the perfect result. I think if we want to go in other sectors as well, we need to let go of that. We need to create together. And if I could say some kind of call to action for artists, I would love all artists to create new technologies as something you are allowed to play with. And I would encourage you to find a partner in another industry and play with an idea together. And prototype a tiny joint experience just to see what happens. We don't need to spend like million years in the first part where we sort of are all thinking about that. We need to do a lot more. And as the other Kati, the first Kati was saying, we need to build the business thinking in from the very beginning. And as for the tech, I would love you guys to have creatives in your core team from the beginning and give them the same access, information, and voice as any other expert, and share decisions, risks, and credit equally. I think we could all benefit from that. so we can build the future together. And now I have also an audience engagement. If you would like to turn to someone near you and share something, one playful experience you secretly love to try in your own work next year before next AVARA, what are you going to do? So what you just did, expressing a small playful wish, is often exactly how new collaborations and ideas start. So let's build those ideas together and build businesses out of them as well. Thank you.